You're watching The Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm sharing it and liking it. I'm not just sitting here playing on my phone.
And I just thought I would leave an awkward silence and see how long it would take.
That is, I always do feel like that's the best way to do things.
Yeah. But I'm Alfie, that's Jenna.
Hi.
And this is Minute To Skim It.
Oh, I got it right.
Oh, yeah. I gotta say, from this angle, I thought that you put Alfred. And I was like, I guess that fits with the theme of comic books.
Especially the books that we had this week, yeah.
Well, there's no, like, Batman or Pennyworth. I mean, I guess he's in this a little bit.
Oh, gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Sometimes. I have moments. Moments. Hi. I promise I share it everywhere. I really do, like, I want to share it to everybody just so we can have everybody here. Late post.
And a real quick thanks and shout out to Nerdtastic News for supporting the channel.
Here's
really appreciate it.
That's a heart. Yes. Thank you for joining us and supporting us and listening to our, I guess, shenanigans is the best way to put it.
It really is the best way to put it.
What's funny is when Shanice was on, do you want to know what her nickname was? Shanice-agans.
Oh. Nice.
Okay. I have now shared it everywhere. We has the technology. Oh my gosh. So as you see from the papers, we're having a delay in some of our books. That just means that our copies of these are coming in tomorrow. There's also going to be a couple of books that we talk about that I don't have pictures of. I'm sorry. So do you want to go first with a book that you read? Because I think you read more than me.
I think I read, I read everything.
I had other things to
Yeah, no,
do.
you were busy. It's all good. Oh gosh, I don't know where to start. Let's start with Harley Quinn.
Oh, that was a good one. I read that one too. Yay.
Yeah. Harley screws up the DCU.
In a big way, might I add.
Yeah, as she does.
In a very, how can I put this, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey way.
I feel like it was very Harley. It just felt correct. So this connects to, like she does mention, gangs of Harley. I think that's what it is.
Oh, I thought it was Harley and
Harley and her gangs.
Gangs of Harleys?
Yeah, she mentions like leaving a bunch of Harleys to take care of
No, Gotham.
No,
New Jersey.
Coney Island.
You're right.
Okay. She just briefly mentions New Jersey for fun.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. She was like, oh man, that tasted worse than when I accidentally got New Jersey tap water in my mouth.
Yeah. Which she does that throughout this, very Harley of just little quips here and there.
Yeah.
But so she's back, and then she gets a letter from Professor Incredulous.
Is that how you said it?
Yes.
Okay. So I was reading it and I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
What is this?
Professor Incredulous about her inheritance, which she has to go to a warehouse to get, because that's totally a normal thing to do. It's very normal.
Very, very Harley.
Yeah. And then they discover a time machine, and she's like, dude, if a time machine was left to me, if that's my inheritance, I'm going to use it.
I know, right?
So she does. And nothing bad can happen when you go back or forward in time. It's not really... I don't think they say which direction she went.
We don't know what she did because she doesn't know what she did.
Yeah, she did something, and she wakes up, and then everything is Starro.
Everything.
Starro the Conqueror.
He come crash to earth and just everything.
Yeah. So everything's ruined, and it's her fault. And she's got to fix it. And I think that's going to be fun. I am curious if this is the only time thing that has been messed up, or if she's like, oh, well, we got to go back in the time machine.
Gotta get
fix
back in time.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited for it.
I am too.
It seems goofy and fun.
And I thought it was so funny was apparently when she did the timeline, she did something, but coming back, there was still her gang of Harleys. Like, if you messed up the timeline that bad, how is there still a gang of Harleys? Like,
I mean,
wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Yeah. I'm certain it will be explained, or it won't. And that's
probably
how time travel works.
especially in the DC universe. Everything is ruined. It's all her fault. What did you do, Jen? What's it mean? It's Harley.
We don't have time travel, so we can't ruin anything.
Rude.
Actually, anytime we do ruin something, we'll be like, well, it's not like I went back in time.
It's not like I went
So
back
it's
in
not that big a
time.
deal.
It's not that bad. Right? Like, from now on, that's going to be my excuse. They'll be like, oh, you ruined this. It's like, at least I didn't go back in time and ruin it.
Yeah.
I ruined it now.
Yeah. No time travel here.
No time loops around me.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious Sunny D. Sounds like people who can time travel.
If I could time travel, I would be making a mint off of it, all right? I would be doing crazy, like, magic stuff. Like,
yeah. I don't know. If I could time travel, I would probably travel back to last night and go back to sleep.
Just every night.
Just every night.
You
just
wake up, back.
No, back in time. I can sleep for however long I want. That's a very general thing.
But then you sleep too much and you're groggy and you're like, ugh.
I guess I better go back to sleep.
Yep.
I'm joking. You have 50 years and give my parents condoms. Maybe. Maybe I give your grandparents condoms.
Oh dear. What's the next comic?
Oh gosh, the next comic is God, they were all so good. But the next one, oh my gosh, all of mine were super serious. I think the rest of them are super serious, aren't they?
I don't know that Van Helsing is insanely serious.
It was kind of serious.
Kind of.
Kind of. Time travel.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about Superman Lost.
Yeah, this is a week for time travel.
This is a week for time travel. What's it say?
I would be the Booster Gold of Space Cadets. Admittedly, I've not read Booster Gold. So.
You would be. We just, yes.
Thank you?
You just take the compliment.
Okay.
All right, so Superman Lost. So Superman and Lois are doing very Superman and Lois as reporters things, right? So it opens up. Did you read that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so it opens up and it's a car chase and Superman stops a car and there's just $1 million in the back of the car.
Yeah.
So there's like a car chase and then there's another car just right on the road, being a car on the road on their way to whatever they're doing, like beep beep driving. And the car chase, the car like throws that car off a cliff. Superman catches it, and then $1 million pops out of the trunk. And they're just like, man, I wonder what that president's doing. Man, why was there $1 million? And then of course, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's apparently all Superman needs.
Yeah.
Woo! And he gets his call of the beep beep beeps of something going on. And so he goes and he's like, I'll be right back. And Lois is like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Couple hours pass.
He gets back and he's just, what is that called when they're so just like in shock that they're just frozen in space?
Shell shock?
Shell shock.
Yeah.
He is just shell shocked. He's standing there. She's talking to him and then she leaves the room and then she comes back and she's like, hello, are you there? And he's just there. She was like, you were only gone for a couple hours. You okay? And he's just like, I was gone for 20 years.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? So we finally established that Superman is faster than Flash. Yes. So yeah. In the couple hours that he was gone, for him was 20 years. And then all of a sudden, Lois hears a knock on the door. Guess who it is? It's Brucey, my boy. And he's like, Lois, I'm so sorry. And then he looks up and there's Soups. And he's like, oh, never mind. I'll go home. She's like, now hold on a minute. Here, you here.
Yeah, why are you shocked to see Superman in his living room where he should be?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Like, what's up, my dudes? And so they start talking about what's happening. For Bruce, it was only like an hour ago. For Supes, it was 20 years ago. And there was something happening in the ocean. One government was trying to get something. So the Justice League comes up to try and stop this like war, not war, but like battle going on with two different governments now trying to get the thing. And so they start sailing away, like bye. And they go down there to see the thing that they're trying to get. And it's an alien spaceship.
Yeah.
Coming to implode Earth, but not really because it was crashed. So,
But there's like a device on that ship that they want to get.
Yeah.
But that device isn't stable. So it's like, oh no, this is bad.
This is very bad. But they sound like it's setting up for a really big, like, I feel like in the next like couple of issues, because it's going to be a 10-issue like miniseries. And I feel like we're going to get to see what he was doing. Because something must have happened for him to be that.
Yeah. Very record scratch. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah, that's how, yeah. And he kept saying over and over again to Lois, stop being mad at everybody else and be mad at me. Be mad at me. And I'm like, what did you do?
Oh, I took it as like, since he knew it was a risky thing, he was like, you should be mad at me that I was a...
Oh, that or he did something in that 20 years.
Could be too. I don't know.
Because there is an alternate timeline where he
an
ends up with Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman, like, killed Lois. Like, there's all kinds of alternate timelines. So this could definitely be where he had to visit some of those. Or it could be he got stuck in the Panda Zone. Or, you know, I don't know. I have no predictions. I have no idea. How did you like it? I thought it was really good.
I liked it. I'm very curious to see like how much they're going to go into what he was doing for that 20 years. And then also like, are they going to get into how the thing got into the ocean?
Yeah.
Why?
Also, where were the other things?
Yeah, just there's a lot that can and should be explained, hopefully.
What book is that? I want to read it. I will have to look for it again. Because there's another one where I think it was the Injustice storyline where Wonder Woman and Aquaman hooked up. And then Mira got mad, so Wonder Woman took out Mira. And that started the war.
Well, according to the DC Harley Quinn romances, Aquaman is just a ladies' man.
Yeah, he is, yeah. In some universes. But there was another one where Wonder Woman thought that the only way for Superman to reach his full potential was taking out Lois and getting with her. Which we found out was not the right way to do it. Superman is very angry. Okay.
Super mad.
He's super mad.
Okay, and I'm going to...
I don't think there was any other time traveling, was there?
Well, this is less time travel and more
time jump.
The clones. Well, it definitely is a time jump because this is the next 100 years.
Oh, okay.
But so Immortal X-Men issue 2. The first one came out which
sometime before.
Part of the whole Sins of Sinister thing. So there's Nightcrawlers, Immortal X-Men, and Storm and
Wolverine.
Storm and I forgot the full title of it. Storm and something.
Because we all know I like to read long titles. Hey, Backwoods, what is up?
It should be like on the first.
Okay, guys, I'm about to read the very long title that is part of the Sins of Sinister.
I don't think it's that long, but I guess if you add in the Sins of Sinister.
That page.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sins of Sinister, Year 100, Immortal X-Men, 4-letter words. That's the whole title.
Well, no, there's like, I'm trying to remember the other.
Oh, no, there was another one I missed on that page?
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
Sorry. Oh, hold on. You can't show the book.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
My bad. And they have maybe it's on the last few pages. Sorry.
Maybe it's for the announcement of the next one?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants. There. That's the other part of the whole.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like a set. And
yeah.
You can read all of them separately, but it makes more sense to read them all
together.
Yeah. But anyway,
this is a lot of storms.
Yeah. And this one, this begins with Hope destroying some planets, like you do.
As with tradition.
Yeah, and their whole thing right now, at least in this series, is to make a super mutant or clone.
I get it.
Like they're taking all the genes, the mutant genes from each mutant, and like injecting them into people.
Why?
Because I'm trying to make a super one.
Oh,
And so they've gotten up to 5 different genes, and they put it in Rasputin 4, and she's 4 because the first 3 didn't make it.
no, of course not.
And Sinister is like, well, she's going to be the hero. Like, the universe needs balance because that's what he cared about this whole time. And yeah, it's a whole thing. And then like the rest of the council, because there's a whole council, and the rest of the council is like, man, we got to get rid of Sinister. We're kind of sick of this dude. like he's not in it anymore. Like, get rid of him.
I mean, he kind of, what was it, the Nightcrawler book where he literally was like, I need to go see if I actually killed him.
Yeah.
I need to go look into my files of experiments that bore me. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's just, and in this book, like, Sinister is kind of realizing, like, you know what? I didn't just create a heck for myself. I created a heck for the universe, and now it might be too unbalanced. I think I goofed.
I may
one
have
of those
goofed.
like one of those I've made a huge mistake.
It's one of those moments where it's like the universe is like, you done and goofed.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. And there's also a religious element with a few of them. Like, I mean, there's like a cult of Nightcrawlers sort of thing, and then Exodus becomes like, he's like, dude, I'm the Messiah. Like,
that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's just like, whoa. It's a lot. But now Sinister's kind of changed his mind. He's kind of like, I think I need to fix things.
I don't know if he's going to be able to.
I need to get back to my save point and redo this. I messed up.
I don't know if he's going to be able to. I mean, this is year 100. This is the end of year 100, right?
Yes.
Next is year 1000?
Yes.
They've already announced 3 storylines as part of year 1000.
Yeah, and then Sins of Sinister #1 Dominion should come out.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to fix this.
It'll be fine. But yeah, they are separate, but they're all connected. I highly recommend reading them all, and they start to make more sense as they go. Because at first you're just like, "What is happening?" And then it's like, "Oh, it's falling together."
Or it's falling apart.
I mean, the universe is falling apart, but it's fine. It's starting to make sense now.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, but it's fun. I recommend it. I recommend the whole series.
All right, let's talk about another thing with a huge time jump that just is falling apart. This is The Forge from Image, and I will read the front of the book because that is the best way to describe the book. So the front of the book is a team of ultra lethal Imperial vixens, a cable of sensuous space witches, and a bug stomp on a distant hell world. And there you go. That's what the book's about.
Yeah. I will say I also read this. For one, I love the art.
Oh, I loved the art. It was so good.
Is beautiful.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But yeah, the art's amazing. And the thing is that they are really trying to introduce you to a world and set it up. So at first it can be a bit like, oh man, there's context that I'm missing right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I need more issues. So it's like, oh, okay. The world makes sense. Because they have like a godlike being, but she says that she was made at the same time as the bottom, the forged, who is like
the very bottom. Like they're not even, the way it sounded like was, so the forged, which is what our main character is from, is not even allowed to look at them.
Yeah, like,
or certain other beings. Like, I can't look at anybody above my station is literally the line that she says.
Yeah.
But they were born at the same time.
Yeah, I think they even said that she even said that we came from the same batch.
Yeah,
I believe
that's what they
the
said.
Phrasing
because it's used. Like, so it's set 13,000 years in the future, and
so a couple years.
just a little time jump, just 13,000 years, give or take, and they're born in batches of like 3 million at a time. So some of them are born as the forged, some of them are born as, what were they called? Cassandras.
Cassandras.
The name for them is Cassos. And usually these ones are only allowed to be next to their queen. And there's this giant ship with 150,000 people on it, but only one of them passenger. Only one actual passenger. The rest is like her fleet of people to do things. I will give trigger warning, there is random orgy.
Yes.
But not actually.
Yeah, the godlike character can kind of make you think things and just feel endorphins. She can also do the opposite.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, that takes less
effort.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll just
making
do
you
that.
feel good. Like I have to think a little harder.
Yeah.
Because like the captain of this spaceship comes in and she is like, just think it. Just think it. I feel you trying not to think it. So just think it.
Yeah.
So he does.
But yeah, it seems like it's going to be interesting. It's definitely, there's a whole universe in this book.
Oh yeah.
It feels like there's going to be a lot of lore and adventures.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. I'm very curious at the very least.
And I did like that the Forged get their own giant metal beings from. Does anybody remember that episode from the first season of Death, Love, and Robots?
I don't know.
Where
So
it was the farmers got those machines that like they could move around and they had like things.
So like
same concept.
Like a mech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they built themselves.
Oh yeah, I mean you would build a mech yourself.
For picking up cows.
Yeah. That's a useful mech actually.
And shooting aliens. Samesies.
What every farmer needs to be able to pick up cows and shoot aliens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You should
Just
watch it. It's so good. It's like 10 minutes.
I'll check it out at some
Oh
point.
my gosh.
But yeah, it seems very interesting at the very least.
And it is one of those like premium, like big boy books.
Yeah, it's obviously it is bigger than everything else up here.
It's got kind of like, yeah. So the art on the cover is the art that's on inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So that was a book that I read.
Yes. We both.
Yeah, we both read it.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do Seven Sons. Now this obviously this isn't a new issue. This has probably been reviewed a while ago. But I was really excited because the trade was supposed to come out today. Well, we were supposed to get it. I think it's been delayed till tomorrow. But, you know. I do want to get everyone hyped for it, though. I really love Seven Sons.
Seven Sons is so good. It's a completed storyline. I think it was, what was it, 7 issues?
7 issues.
It's going to be
Seven
in one
Sons,
trade.
7 issues. The art in it is exactly like the cover.
Very twisty.
The art is great. The story, if you're into, like, it takes, like, religions that we might know and turns them into extremes.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of focus, like, the Seven Sons is kind of part of this, like, insane, huge televangelist type thing. And the Seven Sons, it's 7 sons that were born at the same exact time on 7 different continents. And they, you know, they become, I guess, kind of prophets. Or, like, an ideal.
Yeah. Like, what they do, what they're supposed to represent is the second son of God.
Yeah.
Thus, second sons. But only one of them can be. Only one.
Very
Who will it be?
Very Highlander-esque. But yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And if you've never read the issue, you've never read it before, and you haven't picked it up yet, go ahead and pick up the trade once it's out. And or even if it's like, oh, I read the first couple issues but couldn't get the others. Well, now you can, all in one convenient trade. Just please read it. It's so good.
God, let's know.
I love it so much.
All right. My next one I want to talk about is I hate this word. Alfie, you want to say this word for me?
Horror.
Horror.
It's weird. Or horror.
Is it harrower or horror? Horror. This dude. That is what I read.
Scary man.
Scary dude. So it opens up at the party. Their friend. He has not come yet. From the first issue, we know why. Yeah.
And if you don't know why, go pick up issue 1. It's so good.
It is so good. So now there's this, it's like a bunch of teens. I don't know why I wrote a bunch of kids. Bunch of teens all at a house party,
Kids
drinking, doing what teens do at a house party.
And because it's a horror comic, nothing bad can happen.
Nothing bad can happen at
It's
a
totally
teenage house party. No way. Everything
Never
is
felt
great.
safer.
Everybody is going to live through the night.
Of course.
Oopsie doodle. The lights go out, so everybody's using their phones to look around. And what do they see? They see the dude, the
harrower.
That dude. They see that dude,
Scary murder man,
with his axe, cutting people in half. And then they all try and run into their cars. And we all know that he probably didn't spend like an hour before cutting all of their like wires and slitting tires, and we all know he didn't do that. So everybody's going to get away, right? No,
totally fine.
So, and somehow he had also definitely didn't make a gas line to all the vehicles to set it on fire once everybody was trapped in their own vehicles.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Who
He
would do
wouldn't
such a
do
thing?
that for sure.
No
way.
I would never.
No. But that was issue 2. That's only issue 2, guys. He's cutting people in half. He's chopping up heads. He's doing what crazy killers do to teenagers at a teenager party where there's drinking and making out.
This one was I would say it's definitely more action-packed.
Yeah.
I feel like the first one's definitely starting to set up. This one's action. And I'm guessing the next one might be a little bit more like, oh, here's some more lore.
Here's some more lore with a little bit of death.
Yeah, because there's definitely, if you read the first issue, you can make your assumptions or make guesses as to the whole thing. Because, I mean, he definitely seems to have, it seems like he has specific targets or specific people. He's like, no, I'm not dealing with you. I have something else to do.
Which is crazy, because in this one, it just felt like he was killing everybody.
No.
Because people die at the fair. All right, teenage house parties.
At the fair?
from A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh, okay.
Where people die at the fair. It
happens.
normal. People die.
Totally happens.
Sounds like a movie in the making. Yes! I want this to be a movie so bad.
Well, one of my notes was actually like that the party felt very much like a classic horror movie. Like, just, it's like, all right, I feel this. I feel where it's going.
Yep.
And which, for me, that puts me at a feeling of like, oh, I'm at home.
I know.
It's like, yes.
Oh, I thought we were watching another horror movie. It felt so great.
Yeah, I'm
horror. I still can't say it.
Horror.
Horror.
Yeah, I'm really excited for more of this to come out. I need them to release it all right now.
Horror.
Send it to my house. I will read it all immediately. Really good.
Why can't I love this book? Why can't I say the name of it?
Just say that.
Harrower.
Right? Close enough. Horror. It's something.
Well, how do you guys think it sounds? Like
Scary man.
Scary man with an axe.
Oh, harrower.
Harrower.
No, that's probably not how you say it, but I just like saying harrower.
It's your turn. Well, I sit here.
Too many words.
I love the book, though.
It's a great book. 10 out of 10. And I need more of it immediately.
It's a 9.75 because of the title.
Okay, and this is The Excellent. You can't write a book lower just because you can't pronounce the title.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I just did.
This is The Excellent, and this is season 2. So there's definitely context that I'm missing. I have not read the first season. But this is issue 1 of season 2. Since it's like aluminum for some people.
I can't do that word either.
Or aluminium.
10.
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Shh, it is now.
Okay. But the gist with this one is there's the Excellent, which is a group of superheroes. Villains? Heroes?
Yeah, sure.
One of them feels very villainy. A couple of them do. Anyway, you got the Excellent, and then you have Ecstatics, and they are not friendly. Not friends at all. And Zeitgeist from the Excellent. Well, it might have been the whole group, but I guess in season 1 they stole a spell from Doctor Strange.
Rude.
and it is a spell to make you a god. Like spells do. I feel like if you can cast spells, you're already you're getting there. I mean, that's pretty.
It's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ship.
Ship's in the house. What's up?
But so you have these two groups, and it starts. I want to compare it to having content houses because Zeitgeist needs like followers for this spell to work, and they're talking about like social media stuff, like, oh well, if we do this crazy story, then we'll get followers, we'll get the likes, and it sounds fun. I like the dude, the giant eye that you see on the cover. He's a character, and I think his name is Uno, but I kind of feel bad for him. Or at least that's what Zeitgeist calls him. No, but nobody's like Zeitgeist, it seems. Like, he just seems like everyone's just like, man, what a narcissist. Sick of this guy. But, yeah, like, it kind of starts off with the eye talking, Uno talking, and just being like, yeah, when you're built like me, all you do is see. I don't get to experience dating and stuff. I'm sorry, Jenna. But you know, you kind of feel for the guy. I feel for him, at least. I like that little character, even if he may or may not be bad.
It's not a week at Space Cadets unless Jenna gets almost unalive by someone.
Yes. Well, yeah, the eye. He can spit vomit.
Oh my god.
And make little eyes, too. To spy on people. But yeah, it seems fun. It's definitely... It really does feel content housey, though, which I think is funny. I would absolutely watch two rival
superhero houses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heck yeah. And Zeitgeist, I'll say this: he did not spit vomit in this one, in this issue.
He does.
So I can
in
neither
Deadpool
confirm
2
nor deny.
It's the same character.
Okay.
That just each time they take their own creative twist on them. But it's the same character.
Yeah.
By the way, for anybody who wants to know, choking on Sunny D stings.
That's fine. You're alive still. It's all good.
Hey, I've died twice.
But yeah, it seems fun. I recommend it.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go back and read season 1. I must have watched season 1.
I would love to watch that. That'd be so cool.
I would watch it.
All right, let's talk about Hellcat. So Hellcat, this is probably the most serious book of the week.
It was pretty serious.
So it actually opens when Hellcat is 6 years old with her dad walking out on her. And her questioning if she's good or bad. Because she can hear things and see things. It was heavy. And then we flash forward to when she was, what was she? When she was 16?
Mm-hmm.
And her and somebody else won as co-presidents of their grade. That was crazy. And then we see that she is being accused of murdering her dude. What was it? Spalding?
Yeah, Graham
Spalding, yeah. She's being accused of murdering him. And she gets there, she's in the back of the cop car. And she's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know what I'm doing here. And he's like, you are aware of the Miranda rights, right? Like, anything you say and do will be used against you. She's like, okay. And then she gets to the police station and does the smart thing. And what is that smart thing? Lawyer. Like, hey, we're trying to help you. Lawyer. Hey, you told us you couldn't even remember what happened. Lawyer.
Don't use that free call to call your mom. Use it to call a lawyer.
Call a lawyer. Because lawyers will call your mom for you. Anywho. So, yeah, she's been with this dude for what, like a year?
I think so.
She's been with this dude for almost a year. And before that, this dude was dating her best friend, who she won co-presidents with. But they'd only been dating for a couple months, and then they were broken up for a couple months before she started dating him.
I think they were broken up for like a year.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And then they started dating.
Yeah. So Spalding and her best friend were dating. They broke up. A year later, they start, Hellcat and Spalding start dating. And now he has been turned into mush. That's That's a good way to
That
describe
happens.
it, right? Yeah, he's just kind of like Play-Doh. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
He is melted.
You start dating someone, you get all those mushy feelings.
Oh,
and then you turn to
mushy.
mush.
Yeah, he turned to mush. And her friend blames her. Her ghost mom blames her.
The
and
police blame her.
The police blame her. And she's like, I don't think I did this. Pretty sure I didn't do it.
I'll put it to you this way. I don't remember.
I don't remember doing it. So she goes in and she's investigating it. And she may or may not find something under the floorboards, which leads her to another person who confesses not to murdering Spaulding, but something else. He does do the confessing of something big that could or could not get him suspended from using his powers.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is very twisty. Oh, also, in the beginning of the book, we find out that she is self-medicating with prescription ibuprofen. Yeah, because something is messing with her powers. And all of a sudden we see on the panel what looks like an evil plush bunny, and I watched it.
Yeah, I didn't hear you mention that. I was like, did I not hear Jenna mention the bunny?
I was thinking back to it.
She would have mentioned the bunny.
I want the bunny. It looks like an evil possessed stuffed bunny, and I watched it, and I needs it, and I'm going against it. And then I will not use my non-existent powers, I guess. I don't know. That's how I feel. So yeah, definitely pick this up so we can all try and hunt down this bunny so Jenna can have the bunny.
And also, it just seems like it's going to be a good story.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited to read more
it's
of it.
It's a good mystery, psychological horror mystery.
I'm wondering how many issues it's going to go before people are like, oh, maybe you didn't do this.
Yeah, I don't think she did it because he got turned to mush. She doesn't turn people to mush. She scratches people.
I mean, if you scratch enough, they will become mush.
That's
think my
she
life
did
motto.
It. I don't know. Do you think she did it?
I don't know. I also don't know enough about Hellcat to even.
Oh yeah, so she has like psychic abilities.
I gathered that.
Oh okay. She spends time in hell. Not by choice.
I'll have to read up on her.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. She's the on again, off again with Iron Man.
Yeah, she mentioned.
Oh yeah, she did mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just finished a whole storyline where she was in hell with him.
Cool.
They did mention that. You're right. I forgot about that. Hellcat's really good, guys. If you get a chance, because every once in a while, there was this one issue years ago where it was like a crossover where she crossed over and hung out with John Constantine for a while in DC.
Oh.
So think Marvel's female version with claws, John Constantine.
So instead of smoking cigarettes, she has claws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Which I'm super excited that they've announced to do another one. Yay. Also, airing tonight is Gotham Knights. Misha Collins.
Oh, is he? Okay. I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah. What's next?
Can you believe it? More comic books.
Ah!
Okay, so I think this... Okay, I don't have this in this. Okay. So, Star Trek Defiant. For those of you that don't know, I'm watching TNG. So, see Worf and my baby Data on the cover. Just like, yes.
Yay.
So, this starts off with Worf as captain.
Oh.
He is captain of the Defiant, and his whole thing is he is trying to apprehend a renegade emperor, Klingon emperor.
I just have one question. Is Data smiling on the cover?
You know what? He looks crazed. I'm gonna say that.
What do you guys think? Is he smiling or is he crazed?
I guess if depending on his emotional chip, he could be trying to smile and it's not coming off right. But yeah. But renegade Klingon Emperor Kahless II, who is just wreaking havoc all over the universe. killing loads of people, and Worf is like, dude, this has to stop.
That's rude.
And his son, Alexander, has joined with that Emperor.
That's rude.
Yeah. So everything terrible is happening. And this issue really focuses on Worf getting a crew together, which includes Mr. Spock.
I love Spock.
And may or may not include Data. There's like something weird going on with Data. I don't want to say. I don't even know if I could explain what it is. It's weird. But I'm excited to see more Data. Well, and Worf too. Yeah. But Data's my favorite. I'm sorry. We all have our favorites. But yeah, so this issue definitely it's setting up for.
Do you think Shatner's gonna show up? Not Shatner.
Kirk. Maybe. I don't know. Because I mean, with these types of things, like anyone can show up.
Yeah. Okay.
Who knows? I'm sure that they're going to explain the absence of certain people. Because at some point it was asked about, but not explained. So, yeah. Which I don't want to say too much because that's towards the end and that might spoil stuff.
Okay.
And they do make a reference towards other issues of Star Trek. So if you're more up to date on the comics and stuff, some of it might be a little bit more like, oh, it was leading to this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm pretty excited. And Worf is just immediately... a really quick funny thing, Worf. He's like immediately angry that he wasn't properly given like access to stuff. So he just destroys a computer panel.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, and Mr. Spock is like, did you do that? He's like, yeah, I couldn't gain access. And he's like, I don't think that's going to help you gain access. That's not normally how that works.
Yeah.
I'll fix it, Worf, don't worry. That sort of thing.
Don't worry, Boo, I got you.
But yeah.
Which is Spock's way of saying, don't worry, Boo, I got you.
Yeah. As Spock is his known catchphrase, don't worry, Boo.
I got you.
Live long and don't worry, Boo.
Oh my God, I need that on a shirt now. Don't worry, I got you, Boo.
But yeah, if you like Star Trek, I think you'll like this book and the storyline that's going to happen with it. They make references to other
Star Trek things going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And including if you've only ever watched the shows, then they do make some references.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. So how did it feel finally reading a Star Trek book when you've been reading a lot of Star Wars books lately?
Star Trek feels more like home to me. I do like Star Wars, but I'm just more of a Trekkie. I have like the Star Wars books that I've been reading.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, okay, this is something that I'm way more familiar with. Like, oh, I recognize all these characters.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is a world that I more grew up with. Like, all right.
That's awesome. All right, so this is actually my last book. This was Van Helsing, the annual Sins of the Father. It was 64 pages. It was a big boy. And oh my gosh, I know this is going to sound crazy coming from me, the person who probably owns everything Zenescope's ever put out. This was the best thing they've put out in months. Dare I say the past year.
Gretel was really good.
This was best.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yes.
I like
Gretel was good, but like some of their other books have been kind of like give or take. This one was give the whole time. It was so good. I deeply enjoyed it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. That doesn't help me. Because it's just okay. I get so excited I can't even read my handwriting. So we are finishing up the storyline that is going on with Franklin. Which is right now Frankenstein is what they've been calling him, as he's like continuously changing since his death and brought back and death again and brought back again. But this one, it's finally looped back around to where we get to see, because we have seen a few years ago, actually quite a few years ago, we got to see them, all together when they fought together as it wasn't Commandos. I forget the name of their team. Oh my gosh, because it's been that long. But they were a whole team of people that went together to go fight some of these creatures. Like at one point, one of them even showed up to help her defeat Amun-Ra. And so then they've had to split because most of them were dead. And then they get brought back and then they had to be used. But we did have a lot of really cool twists and turns. One of her friends comes back to help her. We get to find out why she has the powers that she does have of being able to turn into the big thing, but also like the angry thing, and then being able to turn back as not a failed experiment, as a hybrid, because Zenescope is leading charge forward to this major storyline going on, and this one is in Van Helsing's universe. And now they may or may not still be there.
Who knows?
Who knows? We don't know, because Zenescope's doing this big thing where they're bringing all of their characters together. So this was wrapping up a couple of storylines that's been going on in the past Van Helsing annuals and storylines, which was really good. A lot of action, and we really get to come to a head of the whole Frankenstein bloodline. People have been using humans, like there's a whole village of humans that have been used as experiments to be also monster hybrids, and it's so good. It's got that hint of steampunk throughout the whole thing too. It's really good, guys. I liked it. So yeah. What did you think of it?
I was able to flip through. I didn't get to flip through all of it.
Yeah.
I did get to flip through some of it, and it's like, I love the art.
Yeah.
And it seems fun. But Zenescope has that, like, that's exactly the type of thing that I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like, and just all the references to actual spooky characters and like Mary Shelley and stuff like that. Like, I love references like that, obviously.
Oh, and this is the perfect book for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm definitely going to actually sit down and properly, like, all right, I'm reading this.
Because they kind of reminded me of the stories that they used to tell. Because here in the last couple of years, Zenescope's storytelling has been kind of swinging a hit. But this one was really good. And it reminded me back to like some of the early years of them writing. Like when they first came up with the character and stuff. I really enjoyed it.
I'll definitely have to go back and also read more Zenescope. Because I don't know why I haven't. It's just...
I read it all. Zenescope's my jam. I'm going to be honest. Zenescope was the after Image, which was considered technically one of the major comic book companies for a while there. My first big one was Zenescope back when they first came out in the mid-2000s. I was there. I was collecting those books. That was me. So their stories used to be very like it used to be Grimm fairy tales, and every single issue was a different story with like one character through it. And then they started building this like huge universe on that story where it's like a multiverse. And now it is everywhere. Like Cinderella's a serial killer. Van Helsing is a steampunk, kind of immortal by accident. Dracula dated her for a while.
Nice.
Dracula's daughter was good, and then now she's less good, but I think she's actually good again. It's
a gray area.
It's a gray area. Alice in Wonderland. The whole Wonderland is a horrorscape. Nice. It's so good.
I'll definitely have to dive in at some point.
Yes. I will throw books at you.
Please don't. They will hurt.
I will shove books at you to read.
That's fine. That's fine.
We do not condone throwing of the books.
It damages the books, and it hurts.
Please don't damage the books. I mean, hurting Alfie, but don't do that either.
Please don't. I froze easy. And emotionally. Okay. This is the last thing that we have anything physical.
No, we have one more.
Well, yeah, I meant anything that.
Oh, okay. We got like 8 minutes, so we can do this.
Yep. Okay, so Masters of the Universe, Masterverse number 2. This is a continuation of the last one, obviously. And it's still talking about Prince Adam, and the Sorceress is trying to prove to Zodak that, hey, Prince Adam is going to be He-Man. He's going to use the Power Sword like he should. It's going to be good. And they show a story of Prince Adam actually going to the Isle of Grayskull and looking for the sword and being like, no, trust me, he's going to use it for good. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And after that bit concludes, it goes to, they have another story. Like they did this with the last one too. It's just like another story that's part of the universe.
Okay.
And it was Man-at-Arms Duncan becomes, seems like a private detective. And he's partnering with Lynn Powers. And he does a quest for Orko, who was doing some magic and lost the king. So
Whoopsie!
they have to go on a little private detective adventure to find the king, and it's done in black and white. It is immediately you look at it and like, oh, this is supposed to be crime noir.
Okay.
Which that's what I've been on a kick with clones, crime noir, and time travel. That's what I've been reading lately.
That's what they've been giving us.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a fun little aside, and then like at the end, the sorcerer it goes back to the sorceress, and it's like, so see, I told you, and the dude's like, he's kind of convinced, but also like, dude, the universe isn't like it's not going to be. It's chaotic, so who knows? Gonna have to see more of that Masterverse to really be like, oh, okay, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Guys, I think it's time to talk about our last book. So we don't have a picture of this one. We don't have anything except for to tell you this was my pick of the week. Oh my gosh, please say it for me.
Grammaton Punch.
Thank you. Grammaton Punch. I wish I had a picture for you guys. I'm sorry I don't. That was my pick of the week. It's so good. So it starts off with this kid is born during an eclipse.
Yes.
People born during an eclipse have special powers apparently.
Yeah.
Or they get something. Something happens.
Yeah, something. They have something special.
Yeah.
Is what he said.
Yeah. So specifically this one, our main character can see the ghostesses. And what do the ghostesses like to do? Well, they like to numsh on the life force.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one specifically that noticed this kid, and what did he call it? Grandma One Eye?
Yeah, or like One Eye Face, something like that, or Eye Face.
I think it was Eye Face.
Yeah.
And it was eating him so much that it made him sick, and he had to go to the hospital. And one of these times, it stayed away so he could like recharge and feel better. And it went to touch him, and his hair started turning white. So what does this kid do? Oh, you can touch me, I can touch you. Bam! Bye-bye, one-face grandma. Bye-bye.
Hence the punching.
But not forever. Because a couple of days later, it comes back. And so what does he do? Lay bam! Punches it. Mm-hmm. And then he goes to see his mom. Yay! Thank you, Jay. He goes to see his mom be amazing. Go see his mom be amazing at powerlifting. Thank you. And notices there's all of these different ghostesses feeding on their life forces. And nay, that's not okay. Right? Yeah, that's not okay. So he goes to save them and is like, nobody else can see the ghosts. And
it looks like he's play fighting to everyone else.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, hold on, it's not time for the main event, kiddo. And then he goes to school. And he was actually really afraid he's going to see lots of ghostesses at school. Surprisingly not. I was surprised too. I really thought, kids would be easy life energy to eat. Nope. But their parents and the teachers, they got lots of ghostesses. Which is so weird. If you're going after somebody's life force, wouldn't you want like a kid that has a lot of life force?
Well, it made it seem like they only cared about him because he could see them. But like normally maybe kids would be off the table.
Why though? That's a lot of life force to numch on.
Not really if you think about it. A couple of years versus 20 years?
Yeah, but don't you you use your life force? I don't know.
I'm not
a ghost. I'm not a ghostess either. And some of these ghosts are crazy looking too.
Yeah, I really like the art in this.
Yes. Yeah, so the art on the cover, right there, looks like the art on the inside. But one time, a ghost actually enters somebody and punches the crap out of them, and then disappears. And so his mom was like, "Did you punch my kid?" And the kid's like, "No, wait a minute. Now hold on. I tripped. Hold on. They didn't actually punch me. I tripped." And so he has to go to the dentist to get his tooth fixed because it is cracked. It is broken. Yeah. And so he gets put under. But what does he see just before he gets put under?
Ghost.
Ghost. Then he wakes up, doesn't see the ghost, and he has to go take a walk, and things just turn downhill from there.
Yeah.
It just rains from there.
Yeah, definitely. At the end, I was getting a Stir of Echoes vibe.
I want it so
not,
bad.
Not in scariness, but in content. I can't really explain it without giving stuff away.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see more of this. I need every issue right now.
I do. So I think Jay was telling us, and you might want to hop on and tell us again if I say it wrong. This is a digital comic, but once it's completed, they're releasing it as a trade through, and it's by Comixology, right? Is that what you were saying?
It's by Comixology. It's gonna be released digitally at first.
Okay.
Once that's over, it's supposed to be coming to Dark Horse, but they're gonna release it in issues.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Thanks.
But yeah, that was all the books that we read this week. This was my pick of the week. That one right there. Thank you. That was my pick of the week. Right here. So freaking good.
It's really, really good.
It's so good. Okay. Alfie, what was your pick of the week?
You know what? I'm gonna go with excellent because I'm really excited to read more of that. To be honest,
Yeah.
like it's definitely not one that I would normally pick as my pick of the week.
Yeah.
But
Content House.
Yeah, I
Content
really
houses.
want this content house, and I don't care if that's how they're framing it or not.
That's what it is now.
Content houses.
Yes. So definitely, these are the books that are coming out tomorrow. Please be patient with your LCSs because again, Diamond is delayed. For us, it was 24 hours. We're not sure what it is going around the country. It did start snowing, I think, up north like yesterday or something.
I don't know.
Gross. I'm sorry. Ew. Anyways, I've been. Who have I been?
I think you're Alfie.
I've been
Jenna.
Alfie. That's been Jenna.
Yeah, that seems correct.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah,
the General and Alfcat are.
Every week.
We will see you guys Thursday. Thursday is our next time.
Yes.
Yeah. Bye.